Hello everyone, my name is Fatima Al-Agaili and my project is called Hulubuir Hailar Airport. It's located in China and was designed by the United Design U10 firm, completed in 2018. The concept was to create a modern airport that is also deeply rooted in the regional identity of Hulubuir. Here is an exploded axonometric to show the important component that created my overall form. Starting with my first attempt, I used the kangaroo solver to generate the head of the column and then created a different pattern that could be applied in the same column. In my second attempt, I used the same pattern as the building, but the base of the column in the building was more rounded, and this was created using a polygon. For my first trial, I used a simple rectangle, then turned it into a mesh, moved it in the Z direction, refine it, get the closest point, cull the outer part, joined it, then fit it into a circle, scale it, use the closest point, and for the outer part, I just joined it and then get the naked edges, explode it, and then here you can see how the simulation is gonna go. And then I used this polyline to extrude the base. For the pattern, I smoothed the face and then simplify it, diagonalize it, and then use Weaverbird frame, Weaverbird window, then join them all together. In my second trial, I used the same thing, a simple rectangle, got the area to scale it, and then merge them together, then loft them. Here I use isotrim to divide them. And then I took each edge so I can sort the inner rectangle and then cull it, exploded it. And for the outer rectangle, I moved it up and then I fed it to the goals. Then you can see it's gonna go up. I took the mesh and then sorted, then used item list to select the polygon, extrude it to create the base, and then used the head of the column, diagonalize it, then dispatch it to cull the triangular pattern and end up with the inner pattern. Used again dispatch to separate the upper part from the lower part, and then use graph mapper to offset it gradually, and this is some of the parametric changes that you can create using graph mapper. And for this example, I started with this curvilinear roof using graph mapper, and then I got this set of points, turned it into a surface, and then subdivided it unevenly using isotrim and graph mapper. In this part, I used the kangaroo simulation. I got the roof, moved it in the Z direction, deconstructed to have the edge and vertices, merged it, then lofted, and then refine it, then sorted to separate each offset. I got the small offset, turned it into circle, moved it in the negative direction, fed it to the goals, and then you can see here how the simulation is gonna work. It goes down. To create the column, I used the same circles I used in the kangaroo simulation and then extruded them. Then took the area, culled the last row, so I can later dispatch each roof to interior roof and exterior roof, then diagonalize them both. First, I exploded the mesh, then get the normal for each face, and then use dispatch to get rid of the extra pattern, and then use Weaverbird thickness to have the thickness. For the exterior roof and the example below, I did the same thing. Used dispatch and then Weaverbird thickness also to have the thickness. For this part, I used the same point that I used to generate the base column, created a polyline, projected it, and then locked them together, then deconstruct each face alone. Use the item list to select a single face, turn it into a surface quad, then we use the Weaverbird thickness to get this mullion. And for the part below, I used mesh UV checkerboard, then cull each face, and then got this pattern. And then here for the one below, I did the same thing, and I used Weaver thickness. For the side walls, I used item list and then divide each wall, interpolated the curves, and then used domain box to end up with this brick pattern. I got the roof that I did in the first part, and then got the edge, then move each edge separately, and then merge them, then lock them. For my final example, I used Graph Mapper to generate the bump, and then turned it into a surface. Create a boundary box, and then for the surface, I reparameterize it, and then plug it into surface box, and then used morph to morph them all together. I deconstruct each face, turn them into a grid, dispatch them to get rid of the outer edge, and then here I separated the horizontal line and the vertical line, merged them all together, then pipe them to create the roof structure.